Y'all know the drill. There are a few ways better to start out a video. Okay. I got some more time in yesterday with the old poor man sniper rifle. If you guys haven't seen my previous videos on this gun, I encourage you to go back and check them out. Short down and dirty. Took a strip Palmetto State Armory lower, got one of their 18-inch stainless steel wild chambered uppers and build kit, threw it all together. You on a Magpul bipod, primary arms R-Grid 2B 4-14 scope, and a lightweight arrow mount. All total, gun, optic, and mount come in about $750-ish at the time that I put it together. Again, recapping, my goal with this gun was to see what kind of accuracy can I get out of a gun in that price range using off-the-rack stuff to put it together with. Not getting anything that's considered high-end or fancy. That said, I think those terms get applied with a lot of bias in them at times, because as far as I'm concerned at this point, this is high-end. And I've had far more expensive setups. In fact, years back, I owned a scope that cost, just the scope alone, cost twice what this gun did. Total. So I got a little bit of experience with some of those. Now that said, I've still been shooting the gun, excuse me, working it in. Last time, all I did was get some rough groups at 50 yards, kind of get it semi-dialed in. I stretched it out a little bit just to see what she'd do, but needed a little bit more fine-tuning. My biggest thing on the first trip out was to find out what load that it really liked. That's the other part of this. I'm not using expensive ammo with this. All ammo I've tried has been fairly affordable. Bulk of it is from the Hornady Frontier line, their match grade stuff. What I found was that this gun really likes 68 grain ammo. It'll shoot the 75s almost as good, but the 68s just seem to have a little bit of an edge, ever so slightly. And it was only like $7 a box, so we're not talking, $19 a box like Gold Medal Match or other stuff is. So it's not only affordable to build, it's affordable to shoot, which means it's affordable to practice with. When it's affordable to practice with, you get better. Excuse me. So, with what we put through it yesterday, we stretched it back to 100, and I started shooting for groups at 100. I want to continue to do this as I fine-tune it. We'll keep stretching it back, and I'll get it back as far as I can get it on my range. Now, let me do a little brief pause right here. I shared a little picture and a little video clip on Instagram. My good friend Dimitri shared it. And there's people commenting on his post of sharing it, complaining about what they said was me shooting it at 50 feet. That, what does it do at 1,000? Primarily speaking of the scope. And for multiple reasons, those are some of the most asinine posts and questions that the human mind is even capable of coming up with. And I think you actually have to work to be that asinine. Like, I don't think people are even born that bad. They have to physically work at it. What is this? What is it? What does the scope do at 1,000? Well, whatever you make it do. It's going to be you, okay? So go get the scope, take it to 1,000, and see what you can do with it. Now, the other thing that bothers me, little mini rant here, I'm somewhat limited in what I can do. This gun for me is for real use if God forbid I ever have to do it. If I ever need to reach out further and engage threats, real world threats, it's what I want this gun for. I'm not trying to shoot competition with it. I'm not trying to impress my friends at the range. I'm not trying to impress you on Instagram. I'm not trying to win friends or influence hearts and minds. This is just, if I ever need it, it's here, and I know I can use it for what it's intended to be used for. But I'm limited in what I've got to work with range-wise. So those of you that want to complain about only shooting it at 100 yards, 200 yards, etc., this is your official invitation. You are more than welcome to come visit and spend however many days it takes you on the tractors to clear out another 800 yards, 700 yards, pending, on my range to make me a nice 1,000-yarder. You are more than welcome to, okay? Just mind you, you're only going to get maybe 75 to 100 yards a day done, okay? And that's using two really, really big tractors. It's freaking thick woods that have to be cleared to shoot, okay? There is no just, oh, I'm going to go shoot it at 500 yards. You can't see 5 feet. Mini rant over. Wait. More of my so I can associate with other people medicine. Back to the video. Shot her for some groups at 100. Hornady 68 grain Frontier match. Now if you guys can see that. Got folks in them. That's 5 shots. 4 of the 5 are touching. At one flyer at the bottom, I'll easily blame on me. Now that's a 1-inch circle. When I was shooting this yesterday, it was a heat index of 109 in the shade. I was in the broad open sun, so you can add about another 10 to 12 degrees on top of that. I was a piece of bacon in a frying pan, okay? I was getting baked, fried, and cooked. 14 gallons per minute of sweat pouring into my eyes. I have an astigmatism. Astigmatism make it real fun to focus on the fine points of the reticle. When you add in not only liquid, but salty liquid into your Mark I Motto eyeball and combine that with an astigmatism, it makes finding the fine points of a reticle oh so much fun. Challenging doesn't even begin to say it. So that said, for the gun to do that kind of group with me behind the trigger under those conditions with $7 a box ammo, I'll take it all day long. Again, we're talking about a $750-ish gun and $7 a box ammo. A 3/4 of an inch group at 100 yards, 1 inch if you count the flyer. I bet this gun is more accurate than I'll ever be able to physically make use of. I bet this gun is more accurate than probably 98% of human people are capable of taking advantage of, as are pretty much most other guns, with some exceptions. So, why am I rambling on about this. The gun did what I have found is typical, and I found this with Palmetto State Armory's nitrided barrels. This is a stainless barrel. What I found is once you hit about that 200 mark, sometimes 250-ish, right in that range, for whatever reason, the barrels just start tightening up the groups. This one's gotten noticeably tighter from when I first started shooting it. I think it'll probably start settling in from here on out. I don't expect it to get much better, but I am more than pleased with where it's at right now. So just a little anecdotal note that I wanted to pass out there and throw on to you guys. The gun's shooting great, guys. Bottom line, you do not have to break the bank if you need to have, or want to have rather, an accurate gun. You don't have to break the bank. Again, you know what I've got in this one, and I'm showing you what it'll do. Let me show you this real quick. Again, it's only 100 yards. I understand that. I'm working my way back. Okay, every trip, stretching our legs a little further, fine-tuning the scope a little bit until I can get back as far as I can realistically get with it, and then we'll have everything dialed in and we'll know what we're doing with it. So that said, this was the 100-yard trip. Here's a little clip. I'll let you watch it, and then we'll talk about it and close out. All right. Every single shot you just saw was either a headshot or on the little 8-inch hostage flipper on my one target. Two different teal targets down there. But every shot was to the head or to the flipper. Every shot was ringing steel. And that was at a relatively moderate pace of fire. This gun is capable of engaging pretty accurately, pretty quickly. Again, I know it's only 100 yards. Once we get stretching back further, I'm going to keep doing videos and we're going to keep seeing where she goes, taking this little journey as I get it worked up. But for now, we know that at 100 yards, it's a capable gun. I'm really pleased with it. I'm in love with it. And bottom line is that's all that really matters is what I think of it, because I'm the one that's got to use it and shoot it. So, you guys take care and stay safe as always, and talk to you in another one.